Hello again, internet. Another how-to video today. This time I'm going to show you how I wired up these USDM spec corner lights or indicators to this UK spec Civic. It's not too difficult, literally just need to use some wire strippers, some way of rejoining the wires, bit of heat shrink. Very important to use glue-lined heat shrink because it makes it a bit more weatherproof. Phillips screwdriver. You can use crimps for some of this, but I'll explain all of this a little bit later. I prefer not to. I prefer to solder it personally, but it's preference. Now these are the light units. To actually fit USDM indicators to your car, you don't need to change the lenses, you can just change the bulb holders, but these are the correct US spec corner lights which I got from the internet. Now you need to wire up the bulb holder with 3 terminals. It comes with 2 on the usual UK spec, but the US has 3. You can pin it with those terminal connectors there, but it's a bit messy. I don't really like that, so what I've done is I've bought these off of eBay. They're pre-wired. All I've got to do then is solder the wires in. I don't have to worry about pushing in pins. They're almost the same, but I did have to take a finger sanding belt to take off a couple of little notches that were different. Once I took those off, it fit just the same as the other one did, as you can see. Obviously the old units need to come out first. To remove them from this particular car, it's just one little screw just above the headlight. It's a Phillips screw. The light just slides out. Ish. Literally cut off the old plug, that's no longer required, that's off the back of the bulb, chuck it on the floor. You'll probably kneel on that later. So to wire this up, you want to connect the black wire to the black from the existing corner light wiring, the red from the new corner light goes to the green from the existing corner light wiring, and the blue wire connects to the input signal from the actual side light plug, which I'm just checking there with a multimeter. What I've done is I've twisted the wires together just to test that it all works correctly, because sometimes you might wire it the wrong way. It's easier to test it now before you actually solder it all together. As you can see, that worked just perfect. I choose to twist the wires together and then solder them. There's so many different ways of doing this. It's a bit of preference really. You can just use bullet connectors and clip them together, but I wanted it to be as tidy as possible, so solder was my choice. Put a bit of heat shrink on the wires before I did this, obviously. While I was here, I thought I'd better solder the wire that I cut by mistake back together because I took it from the wrong place. Whoopsie. Like I said, I've used a heat shrink here that's glue lined, so when you heat it up, it melts the glue and creates almost a weatherproof seal over the joined wire. You don't want any corrosion getting into the cut you've made. Always ends badly. Tidied it all up a little bit. I think this is called loom tape when you buy it online. It's a slightly fabric type of tape. Again, it's got some decent glue in it, so it's just another chance of weatherproofing those connections. And it looks a little bit like a factory wiring loom then, not something that you've hacked up. Once you're happy with it all, pull the plug back through, plug it back into the light. Now, like I say, you can just put a 3-pin bulb holder into the existing unit and it should fit, but I've got the different units, so fit it all up, slide it back in. On this particular car, make sure you slide the side pins over the actual headlight, because it all locates together to keep it all nice and tight. Once you get to the other side, it's the same again, cut the plug off. Bit harder to access this side because the power steering reservoir is behind the headlight, so I had to do most of it through here as opposed to in the engine bay. But it's the same again, the black from the bulb holder to the black from the existing connector, the red to the green from the existing connector, and then the blue to the signal wire on the back of the old Sidelight plug, which was, I believe, red, but check it with a multimeter. Again, make sure you protect all of those joins, heat shrink, loom tape. Just try and keep the weather out of it. Then all we've got to do is put the bulb holder into the new unit, connect it all up, and that's all there is to it.